What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, just another PokeTuber, coach of your Piedmont Triad Kickers, coming at you today with Week 9 of Season 7 of the BHDL. Today we are taking on I'm not sure if calling him a rival would be proper, but definitely someone we played several times on the channel already. It's the notorious HIM. Granted, most of our battles are on my old channel. They got deleted, so, nothing wrong with building the collection on this channel, starting with this match. He's the coach of the Brooklyn Baxcaliburs, really cool guy. So I also want, before we get like too much to the team preview, I want to take the time to apologize for a misconception from last week. So I thought by me winning last week, that means I was guaranteed playoffs, because I mean, typically in a 9-week league, 5 wins get you in the playoffs, but apparently we're so competitive over here that was not guaranteed. So I can potentially miss playoffs depending on how this game goes. We either need to win. If we win, doesn't matter what the margin is, we just need to win. Or if we lose, we can't lose more than 1-0. So, not a lot of wiggle room to work with, right? And those are the stipulations. If anything besides one of those two things happens, we're basically out of playoffs. If we lose 2-0 or worse, we're out of playoffs. So sorry if I got some people's hopes up, but hopefully today we can get the win, or just at least not lose bad. Because my opponent's team is it's very threatening offensively. Let's say that much. His team consists of Baxcalibur. You love to see the round one mascot. I wish more people were like that, but everybody can't be like me and HIM, because he's HIM and I'm just him. Everybody can't be like us. He also has the Slowking Galar, the Mimikyu, the Excadrill, the Zapdos, the Torterra, Gyarados, Scrafty, the Raichu, Inteleon, and last but not least the Typhlosion. So there are 5 Pokemon I know for a fact are probably going to come. Baxcaliburs came to every single game, if I'm not mistaken. So has Excadrill and so has Gyarados. So I'm pretty sure he's going to bring all 3 of those. Against my team, with what can hit Baxcalibur, I would imagine he'd want to have the Glow King there to set the snow, so he can take, like for example, in snow, Baxcalibur can take a low kick, it can take a high jump kick from Cinderace. Like any physical move I want to hit it with, it can definitely take it, like, for my team. So I could see them bringing Slowking for the snow, and in general, Slowking could be good for like my special attackers. So like Weezing, Turbo, Porygon, Alola. It can be really good for those Pokemon. I think he brings Zapdos because he does need something. Okay, so if Slowking's will be here for the special attackers, I feel like he needs something for the physical attackers, and Zapdos fits that bill pretty well. It's someone you can kind of throw in front of Cinderace and Ogerpon. Well, not really, but it's kind of the only thing he has, so he kind of has to just work with it. And I think for the last slot, he's going to bring either Mimikyu or Inteleon. Neither one of them look particularly impressive in the matchup, but he has to bring 6 Pokemon, so I'm assuming he's going to be one of those 2. He's not bringing Typhlosion into me. I just don't see it coming. No, he's just not doing that. I don't think he brings Torterra over Gyarados, and I don't think he brings both, so I'm assuming he's going to just bring the Gyarados and leave Torterra at home. I don't think he brings Scrafty into a team with Aloe, Mew, and Weezing. I just don't. Oh no, let's not forget Cinderace, Ogerpon. You guys get the idea. And I don't think he brings Raichu into this matchup, because I don't see what value Raichu really brings outside of getting killed by Cinderace or Ogerpon. So I think he's going to bring the 5 I said he's probably going to bring. And then the last slot will either be Inteleon or Mimikyu. I stand on that. So to combat this team, first and foremost, we decided we're going to bring the Mosquito, Masquerain, Rockin' Hurt, Yachiberry, or his. I kind of forgot what gender my Masquerain is, if I'm being honest with you. But we're definitely intimidating, despite being a freaking whatever kind of fly this is. We're max HP, 4 attack, max defense, Impus Nature with Sticky Web, U-turn, Foul Play, and Whirlwind. This guy's main job is just to get the Sticky Webs up. And then from there, either we can just pivot out, maybe I can come in on Baxcalibur and then like eat a. Well, we eat Icicle Spear. We just don't eat a Icicle. No, we eat Crash, but not Spear, because Spear is multi-hit, and Yachiberry, as you guys know, single use. If he's Icicle Crash, we can eat a Crash as long as we don't get flinched. If he's already like boosted, like Foul Play should do a lot of damage to it. And then depending on the situation, we might just want to click a Whirlwind, because my opponent, his set of sweepers are primarily, if not all, just physical attackers. So either we're going to Foul Play or Whirlwind, depending on the situation we're in. That makes sense. So yeah, that is Masquerain. And next on the team roster, I know it might seem like I'm over committing to Baxcalibur, but that thing could easily get out of hand. So I decided I'm going to also bring Turbo, the Gudra Hisui, who's rocking his Shukaberry. Gooey for the ability, 208 HP, max defense, 44 special attack, relaxed nature with Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Earthquake counter. Because of our bulk investment, unless this Baxcalibur is like Bandit, it shouldn't be able to two-shot us with like Glaive Rush. And they do need to set up to be able to like do a lot of damage with us with EQ. So we have the Shukaberry, and then depending on what happens, we either counter or Draco. We can drop a Draco anticipating like if we're fresh, we just drop a Draco, right? But if we're already chipped, and let's say he sends backs in after we have taken some chip, then of course we're going to click counter, and then Earthquake and hit the freaking Slow King, and then we have Ice Beam primarily for the Zapdos, and then everything else. It just depends on what's in front of us, and depending on what's in front of us, that'll dictate what we're going to click. So yeah, that is Gudra Hisui. Next on the team roster is my only Terra captain for the week, the one, the only Mew, who's rocking his Life Orb, synchronized for the ability, Terra Electric, 104 HP, 252 attack, 152 speed, Jolly Nature with Drain Punch, Triple Axle, Earthquake, and SD. If I can get to +2 with this Pokemon, there is quite literally not a Pokemon on my opponent's team that can take a hit from us. And I mean that, when I say quite literally, I do mean quite literally. Like Zapdos, even if it's max defense, will still die to a triple axle, assuming we hit all three and we're +2. Slow King, unless it is defensive, and even then it'll probably still die, dies to a +2 EQ. Gyarados dies to a +2 triple axle, so they can intimidate us, but if they take the turn to Dragon Dance in front of us, we're going to 1v1 them, I'm just saying. And then Bax should die to a +2 Drain Punch unless the snow is up. If the snow is up, well, here's the thing. We can still just Drain Punch him because either A, you're going to set up. Regardless, Bax cannot one-shot us without setting up, so we can always just Drain Punch for free. And then same for Excadrill, Drain Punch, EQ. It doesn't matter which one we click. It just dies. So yeah, we just need to set our guy up, and it really just depends on the Terra on the Gyarados. We're Terra Electric because I don't want Slow King to T-Wave me, and I don't want a triple axle into the toxic Zapdos and get static. You guys get the idea. But yeah, that is Mew. Next on the team roster is, my guy who's helping to keep the hazards up this week, the one, the only Frankie, the Golurk. Well, not really hazards, it's really just the freaking webs. But we heard Pasho Berry, no guard for the ability, 104 HP, 252 attack, 152 speed, Adamant Nature with Poltergeist, Dynamic Punch, Stone Edge, and Rock Tomb. Dynamic Punch will one-shot Excadrill if it chooses to stay in front of us. If it's on webs and not boots, it should be slower than us. If we Dynamic Punch the freaking Gyarados on the way in, we would just Rock Tomb the following turn to drop its speed and then just kill it with Stone Edge. And then Poltergeist is kind of just a free click into my opponent's team. Like, we're literally just clicking Poltergeist or Dynamic Punch the whole game, except for in front of Gyarados, where we'll just Rock Tomb or Stone Edge, depending on, the sequence of events. But yeah, that is Frankie's main job here is just to, keep the webs up. Next on the team roster, we have another setup sweeper in the form of Pebbles, the Okerpon Wellspring, who's rocking her Wellspring Mask, Water Absorb for the ability, Max Attack, Force F, Max Speed, Jolly Nature with Ivy Cudgel, Hornleech, Player Rough, and Swords Dance. This is another Pokemon that at +2, it kind of just kills everything. The only real exception is Baxcalibur and Snow. It can potentially live a +2 Player Rough, but it's like a roll. And then Zapdos. If Zapdos is not max defense, it will die to a +2 Ivy Cudgel. And when I say max defense, I mean it has to be literally 252. If you're lower than that, you risk dying. And then we have Hornleech for like Gyarados, Torterra, Inteleon. A lot of the times, there's a lot of monsters on my opponent's team. We can just freaking Hornleech, and then freaking Glow King should die to a +2 Ivy Cudgel. So yeah, that is Pebbles. Next on the team roster, last but not least, is the team mascot himself, the one, the only Soul. The Cinderace is rocking his Muscle Band. Libero for the ability, 72 HP, max attack, 184 speed, Jolly Nature because we're speed creeping the Raichu, who's probably not going to come, so we could honestly just sped crept the freaking Zapdos, I feel like. We are Pyroballing, low kicking, sucker punching, and U-turning. Because of the Muscle Band, Sucker Punch is a viable way to like revenge kill Gyarados. We just gotta chip it by like half, kinda, sorta. Low kick should always kill Baxcalibur outside of Snow. Powerball should always be able to two-shot the Glow King, and then we do a lot of Zapdos, and we can always one-shot the freaking Excadrill, and then we have U-turn just to pivot. But yeah, guys, that is the team. I think I've said everything that needed to be said, so without further ado, let's get into the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, HIM. Hopefully this battle is a banger. Alright, we are connected with our opponent, and he has brought Terra Steel Gyarados. Okay, you love to see it. He is okay. So he has Zapdos, Inteleon, Excadrill, Baxcalibur, and the what do you call this thing? Slowking. Okay. Inteleon. So for the most part, we predicted the team right, except for the. Well, I mean, to be fair, we never really knew what the heck the last one was going to be, but we got the 5 we thought was going to come right. So I'm going to just lead our guy and get up webs, like turn 1. Unless this freaking mole is sashed, it's going to be relatively easy to kill, bro. So, I'm not worried. We're just going to get up webs and then U-turn out. He leads off with... Okay. He wants to actually lead off with this thing. We're going to set webs anyway. We're setting webs anyway. Now, they could have Stone Edge, which would be devastating. I mean, we intimidate each other. Does it really matter? Oh, okay. I want webs up. They should have Stone Edge. I'm going to Sticky Web into Whirlwind, I think. Oh, good play. I'll admit it. Good play on his part. Okay, I'll give credit where credit is due. We're gonna just U-turn out now. Maybe we should have just foul played twice, if I'm being real. But we're gonna just U-turn out, and we're gonna come back later on and get right. It is what it is. We should be slower than him. So he's Terra Steel. Okay. They want to Dragon Dance and stuff. So you have Taunt, Dragon Dance. I'm assuming you have EQ and Waterfall as your other 2 moves, probably. So we kinda have to go out into our guy now. Yeah. I guess because they can do one of 2 things. Either they can just keep Dragon Dancing, which if they do, we're screwed. Actually, no, we're not. Let's click. I mean, they have to respect the fact that we could. Let's click counter. They kind of have to respect the fact that we could click T-Bolt. We could click. Mainly T-Bolt. It's mainly the Thunderbolt. They have to respect that. The issue is I can't whirlwind this thing out, though. They have to attack us, though. Like, you have Taunt and Dragon Dance, so you don't have, let's say, unless you're just really confident you can take a hit really well from us. Now, maybe I should have went into my... Oh, okay, good play on this part. Good play on this part. I have to acknowledge it. So let me see. At what point do we die to that? At what point do we die to that? So they are currently +2. It still doesn't kill us. He would kinda have to go +3 to do that. If we drop a Draco on this guy, he's not in range of Sucker Punch. I think we just click counter again. Wait, does he just Dragon Dance all the way up? To make sure he can kill us? He could, right? But if your 2 moves are EQ and whatchamacallit, does Okotal even mind you? We could click counter on the... Bro, let's just drop a Draco. Scale Shot? So you're definitely losing to Sucker Punch now. That crit absolutely mattered. I can't even deny it. If for some reason they don't Terra... Actually, I think if we drop another Draco, you just die, right? Let's drop another Draco. Like, you have to Terra here, you just die. Yeah, you have to Terra or you just die. Who's coming in? I'm assuming it's gonna be Slow King or the Excadrill. Wolverine, it sounds like the Excadrill, yep. Draco Meteor. Do we just go back into Masquerain? Or do we just click EQ? Okay, let's click counter, because if you EQ, I want to kill you. And if you SD... Bro, this dude really did that. He really brought hazards. Okay. We have an issue here. 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 We need to just click EQ here. So we could have just... Okay. We could have just killed him with... Yeah, it is what it is, though. Earthquake. We're gonna just click Earthquake again and let him kill us. There's no reason not to. That kind of sucks, though. Alright. So... Here's the thing, right? Does Ogerpon kill the whatchamacallit? I actually don't think you do. Does Ogerpon kill Zapdos at +2? Oh, wait. We don't. Okay. So I don't want to risk Ogerpon right now. Or maybe I should. I mean, so let's think about what he has. He has Zapdos, Inteleon, Gyarados, Excadrill, Baxcalibur. He probably has a rock move on his guy, which is why I kind of want to go into... Yeah, let's go into you. We know he has EQ. We know he has, you know, moves, right? So I think what we do is we Dynamic Punch here. Yeah, we just click Dynamic Punch here. We just click Dynamic Punch here. Earthquake, we should take it somewhat. Or not. Alright. So Golurk has a kill. Goodra is dead. It's crazy to think we would have just EQ'd twice, which we probably should have. I didn't think they would bring rocks against us. We have a whole Cinderace, but well, this is what I get for the one time we don't run whatchamacallit. Winter. I mean, is there any reason to keep this guy around? I mean, really? But I don't want him setting up for free, so we're gonna click... Actually, we're gonna click Rock Tomb. Glaive Rush, okay. That's actually good for us, because... Can we just go into Mew? Or can we just go into this guy? I think we have to go into... I mean, we literally just want to get webs up with you. Like, nothing else really matters, so... Yeah, let's just go into you. Ooh, that did so much. We intimidate him. Sticky web. Mainly for the Inteleon, because it could have Air Slash for Ogerpon, which would be annoying. But we're gonna get some value out of this guy, bro. We're gonna get that value out of this guy, bro. If he swaps, he's definitely choice locked. Which means he's not sashed, which, you know, we're not, like, complaining about. I'm pretty sure he still kills us with the Blade Rush, though, even at -1. Or not. Okay. So he's... Wait, bro, is he choice? Let me look. Masquerain, Baxcalibur, you're -1. I mean... He could be Jaw... Well, no, you're not Bandit. You're definitely not... You're not Bandit. Like, we know you're not Bandit. Just click foul play, I guess. Or maybe he is, but I don't know, bro. Like, I'm so confused on what this set is. Okay, let me see something. Can Mew take a hit from this thing? If he is... Well, he's not Bandit. We know he's not... We actually know he's not Bandit. So let me see. Can Mew take 2 hits from this? That's what I want to know. No, you can't, actually. That's kind of not good. And then we have to be faster than you as well. So what I think we do... I think we just go into Mew, though, right? Yeah, just go into Mew and click Drain... Like, we have to click Drain Punch. We have to click Drain Punch. They don't know what kind of Mew we are, so we have to click Drain Punch here. We got the webs up. The only thing we really need to do, if I'm being completely honest... First of all, if Slowking comes out here, because he doesn't know what we're going to click. If he goes Slowking here on us, I swear on everything, we're going to click the Terra button and we're going to just Terra. Because you're not Bandit. So either A, you're Scarfed. Yep, he's Scarfed. Yep. Give me all that HP back, boy. Give me all that HP back, boy. So Baxcalibur is down. He only has Gyarados, Zapdos, and Slowking. Okay. We can beat Gyarados. And then Zapdos, Slowking, and Inteleon are what we have to deal with. It's gonna be a tricky match, but I think we can get the job done. Especially if we can chip the Zapdos, bro. Zaborg. We're going to Terra and click Swords Dance. And just hope that he isn't like... Well, he'll probably be faster than us, but the question is how hard can you hit us? That's the real question. So... Okay, so we're faster. That's cool. What move does he have to hit us with? Tailwind? Okay. I'm actually not... I don't have a problem with that. Do we just SD again to waste his Actually, no. We just go for triple axle here. We just go for triple axle here. We just go for triple axle here. If he stays in, we're going to do a lot of damage. If he stays in, we're doing a lot of damage. If you go into... Okay, whoever comes in is going to take some good shit. Rampage. As long as we connect our moves, you should die. Okay. So Mew takes out Gyarados. Mew takes out Gyarados. I'm assuming we see Inteleon come in here, and let me just check. Inteleon. Can Snipe Shot kill us from where we're at? Only if they're specs, I think. I need to look and see what Mew's HP's at. And maybe we get lucky and they go Glow King here. Because they know we have Triple Axle, SD, and Drain Punch. They don't actually know our last move. And even if Inteleon does come in, we just click Drain Punch, bro. Slim Reaper, that is Inteleon. We're at 225, so we're over half at least, I can say that much. Well, no. I mean, yes, no. So we're at 61%. They shouldn't be able to one-shot us unless they crit us. So we're going to just click Drain Punch here. Don't crit us, don't crit us, don't... Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Of course, 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 of course he does. Of course he does. Of course he does. Should I be upset? Probably not. I mean, this is a whatchamacallit. Bro, this is so trash. Yeah, this is trash, bro. This is really trash. You're not supposed to kill us, so that might be the reason we don't make playoffs anymore. You love to see it. You love to see it. That might legitimately be the reason we don't make playoffs anymore. You love to see it, bro. You love to see it. You just love to see it. You just love to freaking see it, dog. You just love to see it. Landfill. That is this thing. Bro, you love to see it, though. We're gonna get knocked out of playoffs because of a freaking crit. Like, I can't be too mad about it because it's like... This is kind of just what happens. Yeah, they have to be defensive invested, which they very well could be. We have to just click Ivy Cudgel. Maybe we get a crit too, you know? Hey, let's see how is the game feeling? Alright, cool. The game is actually in the mood for crits today. Alright, nice to know. Nice to know. The game is in the mood for crits. Alright, the game is in the mood for crits. That's all that matters. The game is in the mood for crits. But we need to actually... Now this is what we need to crit. We need to crit this. We need to crit this. This is what needs to be critted. So Ogerpon, if you're in the mood for some more crits, because this thing is clearly not max speed or even close. Actually, yeah. But actually, this is not a bad thing, because as long as we can lose, we just can't lose more than 1-0. If we lose 1-0, we still get into playoffs. So, are you max defense? Oh, that's my Ogerpon! That's my Ogerpon! That's my Ogerpon! Oh, guys, I'm sorry, I can't be too loud, because there's people in the house. So, you know, hey bro, playoffs, baby, playoffs, baby. Because there's no freaking way Inteleon beats us, bro. There's no way Inteleon can beat us. We know you're not Choice Scarf. We know you're not Choice Scarf. And I feel like this is retribution because, bro, we would have lost because of that. I would have been so upset. Because I'm just saying, Mew definitely kills. Well, let me rephrase that. Mew hits hard enough that we're not in range, and even if we do lose the 1v1, Cinderace still beats this thing with Sucker Punch if Mew just chips it. So yeah, I'm glad the game decided to right or wrong. GG's to my opponent, HI to the M, also known as HYM, depending on where you're watching this from. GG's to the opponent. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.